Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Nick from MMA Pixels about to break down Tachi Palace Fights Prospects number 2 going down August 31st at Tachi Palace Hotel and Casino in Lemoore, California. But before we get started, I just want to say thank you to each and every one of you who subscribed to the YouTube channel. We're well over 200 subscribers now, and we're only growing. If you haven't done it, please do. It doesn't cost you anything. You just hit the thing, and you'll get notified when I do interviews and go to fights or do highlights or any other shenanigans. I really do appreciate it. Thank you. The more we grow, the more coverage we can do, obviously. First fight, we got Hernandez taking on Luna, both only 19 years old. They already made their debut, and it didn't go so well for each of them. Hernandez just suffered a TKO loss back in May. Luna hasn't fought since April 2017, where he suffered a submission loss, so it'll be interesting to see how much he's improved since then. The second matchup, we got Denzel making his debut from Valley Fight Club, taking on the Gladiator Vladimir Jacinto, which is also making his debut out of Team Self-Made. I wonder if that's like he trains by himself. It'll be interesting to see. He's got to be the best out of his gym, right? Marichal taking on Mendez. Marichal's 4-2, and Mendez is 3-4. Marichal hasn't fought since July of 2016, and Mendez, he took some time off. He went 1-4 and then took 2 years off, and he came back. He's I think his last 2 wins, and his last fight was 9 months ago, so he's got a little bit of layoff coming back as well. Aaron Mathis, 5-5 out of Team Renegade Warrior. They have him as ranked 6. He did just recently suffer a TKO loss back in July. But man, he's fought, you see the 5 losses, he's fought a lot of them are pro now, Bellator fighters, LFA fighters. The guys, that went and did something. He's been fighting since 2012. I think he does a lot of managing and stuff as well, so he's probably not 100% focusing on fighting all the time. But he'll be taking on Bruno Casillas, who is 6-10 at an elite training center. His last fight he won by submission back in March. Ballin, Valley Fight Club, again making his debut, taking on Troy Butler Jr., who is 2-1 out of Team Espero. I said that wrong. But Ballin is listed as Muay Thai, BJJ, boxing, and Butler's coming off a TKO win back in July. Omar Renew making his debut out of Waddle MMA, taking on Jaime Garcia out of PT. Omar has listed Marines Corps martial artist and a bunch of other stuff listed, every other style. But I just wanted to say, thank you for your service. If you did serve, Omar, I really do appreciate it. And then Garcia, he's got nothing listed. No, he's got fighter, which he hasn't actually fought yet. Tattoo mechanic. So I don't know if he likes tattoos, does tattoos, and is a mechanic, or is he fixing tattoo machines? But come August 31st, he's going to become a fighter. Matt Reed, 4-6, only 19 years old. How do you get a record like that and you're only 19 years old? Are you even old enough to be fighting yet? Reed's a high school wrestler. He started way back in June of 2017. Yeah, only a year ago, and he has that many fights. He'll be taking on Felix, who is 2-3. Unanimous decision loss in his last time out back in November of 2017. So you got Reed, who's fights practically every month, and then Felix coming off of a little bit of a layoff. So it'll be interesting to see how well he gets started. Next match, we got Anthony Howard, 3-1, again out of Last Stand Fight Team in Oakdale, taking on Gavin Sheehan, who is 1-2, and with I think 1 no contest there. At a Team Dragon House. Sheehan last fought back in May, and he lost by unanimous decision. Actually, Sheehan has 2 losses, both by Mike Tibera, who is really, really good. So no shame in losing to him, and that being your only 2 losses, you know. Anthony Howard actually has a win over the guy in the main event. I think twice, actually. I'd be pretty pissed. Like, why is this guy main, you know? I don't know. But actually, Howard hasn't fought in a while, since September of 2017, where he came off a KO victory. We got Tovar 3-0. Tovar's last fought in November of 2017, where he won by a split decision. I think actually 2 of his victories come by a split decision, so he could just as easily be 1-2, but things went his way and he's 3-0, taking on Sayed, who's 1-1 out of American Kickboxing Academy and Ernesto's favorite team, Pop's Training Camp. I've never actually met Pop. I would love to meet Pops. If there is a Pops, let me know. Sounds like a cool name. Next up, we got Steven Rayburn, who's 1-2 from the Pit North, taking on Connor, who's 0-1, who's also only 19 years old. There's a 10-year age gap here. We'll see how much that comes into play. But Rayburn lost last fight. He lost August 2014, so it's been a long time since he's fought. He's listed as Hawaiian Kempo and American Freestyle. And Connor just lost by a unanimous decision back in May. Next up, we got the co-main event, Austin the Dynasty Lou taking on Ulysses Molina, who is 3-0. Man, this matchup is awesome. Austin is a friend of the show. He's been on a few times. He's done some breakdowns for us. He's super knowledgeable of the sport. He last fought in April, where he won. He started off 2-0 in his career. Then since then, he's lost 1, won 1, lost 1, won 1. His last fight, he's won. So it's up to him to break that tradition of winning and losing. But he'll be taking on Molina, who is a high school wrestler who's coming off a big victory over Ricky Lopez in July. I mean, damn, Ricky is tough. He was 3-0. Not anymore. Molina's 3-0. I really think the key to this is Austin's got to stay away from the cage. Molina is going to use should use his wrestling to take down Austin. In the past, Munoz and Aguilar both have pretty much executed the blueprint on how to beat Austin, who, if Austin hasn't improved his wrestling, it was going to be in trouble. With the short 2-minute rounds, it's just hard. Once you get the takedown, it's hard to do anything, even if you do stand back up, which a lot of times he's able to scramble, get back to his feet using the cage. But also, that's how he's getting taken down. You got to move off the cage, cut corners, don't back up in straight lines. And he likes to throw kicks, tons and tons of kicks. A lot of times people will catch it. Maybe throw your hands, set it up, throw the kick at the end. Maybe catch him, with a high kick or something. But I can't wait for this matchup. One of them's going to impose their will, and it'll be evident. I don't think this will be close. Either he's going to dominate the striking game, or Molina's going to, I foresee, take him down. It'll be interesting to see how it all plays out. Then we got the main event, Anthony Aguilar, 4-0. He was the flyweight champion. I'm not sure if he still is. I know he hasn't fought in a little bit. I think they may have already had another flyweight title, but he is the linear champion. He hasn't lost it. He'll be taking on Novara, who is 4-3 out of Thrive MMA. Like I said, Anthony won a unanimous decision against, I believe it was Austin Liu, back in November of 2017. Navarro is listed as a boxer and wrestler, pretty much the same as Aguilar, but he last fought in September of 2017, where he got KO'd. He was doing very, he's 4-3, but he was 4-1, and in his last 2 fights, he's lost. So it'll be interesting to see how he comes back. I mentioned before that Howard was the one that knocked him out. He was fighting before. That's why I was like, why am I not in the main event? But perhaps Tachi Palace knows more than me. They do. I only know what I'm reading, man, and what I've seen. But that's it. That's the card. I'm pretty excited. I don't believe there's any live streams. The last few times they haven't had any streams. If I could, I would, but they don't even allow that. But thank you very much for watching the preview. If you can make it out, there's some pretty high level fights going on. August 31st, Tachi Palace Hotel and Casino. It's Tachi Palace Fights Prospects 2. See you there.